Welcome to part 3 of K-Bop Q&A of the initial round of questions from Discord. I will probably do a future one of these in the future. So ask comments in the questions below, or come on Discord and ask them, or whatever. And how do you feel, Sophie? I have yet to hear any complaints from her. She has plenty of fun when she's not being a hat, so... If there were, would I tell you? Depends on whether you count the... It depends on how you count the different varieties of top hat, and across the different dialects. Between 9 and 11. These are just the 4 that happen to be in use in the dialect that is currently considered standard. There is a dialect that uses the turkey hat more heavily. I think there might still be one that distinguishes between short top hat and tall top hat. But the majority of K-Bop speakers will use, don't distinguish those two. Someone, when I posted the Tower of Babel translation on my blog, someone commented and said, "It's really hard to understand you since you use a trilby where standard K-Bop would use a fedora." And I thought that was a very excellent comment. The only other substantial conlang I've been involved in was a collaborative project called Siam Tan, or Common Honey, that actually started about the same time that I made K-Pop, and it is still going. Other joklangs. One thing that is not quite a joklang, but could potentially be counted, I once made an alternative to the IPA composed entirely of stick figures. I also once started a project that I haven't gotten very far on to make a conlang in which other conlangs are statements in that language. I will link to them in the description if you want to see more of them. Top hat brims have been getting wider in some places, so we might be moving towards that, but I don't know what the future of K-pop will bring. Chef's hat would normally be interpreted as as you were trying to speak in a very old-timey way and replacing a top hat, which is not entirely historically accurate, but trying to sound old often is like that. And I know that slang exists, but the main speakers that I have been working with tend to insist on very proper usage. So I have not really been exposed to much in the way of slang or current vocabulary. I haven't had many opportunities to observe this K-Bop sign language, but I have noticed that they change hats rather less often in order to have their hands more free.